Hello there. Welcome to San Marino.
And we're underway here in Imola, and Adam gets an absolutely amazing start off from pole, but Dominic on those inters is just being swallowed by the rest of the grid. We head into turn one, and Dominic in the Ferrari is spun round, and there's a huge crash in the background as well. That's 4 cars involved, and one of them is out of this race. Here's a perspective from Henry, and you just see everything unfold in front of him. He's a very lucky boy. Here's also a replay of what happened to Rokas and Michael. Michael just being a little bit too optimistic on the outside. Here's Raymond Stavelink after not turning up in qualifying yesterday, going for a move on the Renault of Yuri to put himself up into the top 10. Very good exit out of Variante Outer. He's gonna brake a little bit later into Ravazza 1 and gets it done. Stepnica and Smith battling it out for 4th place. Stepnica had a very, very good qualifying session. Aaron not so much. He's going to go around the outside of Ravazza 1. This will be an amazing move if he can pull it off. And on the last corner, Smith nearly loses the car and lets Stepnica back pass into 4th. Stepnica just a few corners later spins off into Villeneuve and hits the barriers. Stavelink still making steady progress on Mark. This is going to be for 8th place now after Stavelink had his incident into Tosa. There goes the Minardi of Raymond. And this is the Williams of Rokas on the exit of Variante Alta and spins into the wall and loses his front and rear wings. Adam Ryzenko, after an amazing start, he's losing ground here and he's out. I think his game's crashed or something. Ben Moran, a decent race so far, but locks up into Acqua Minerale and allows Aaron Smith to smooth on past. Tim, after being put under a little bit of pressure, is going to make a mistake into the same corner Ben did just a few laps ago, and is going to allow Aaron Smith into the lead. He's going to be a little bit brave on the brakes into Variante. Slowik and Michael battling it out for 10th place. Michael, after that incident earlier in the race, is trying to make up ground, going for the BMW's teammate of Slowik into Tosa. Not quite there. He's going to try and get the cut back as we head up to this next corner. It's very tricky into here to try and brake later than your opponent. Michael's got the inside line though, but just gets a little bit too much on the grass. The car's very, very unsteady out there and can't get the move done and just has to sit back. The race leaders then coming in for their first pit stops and emerge as they were. Stavelink, after staying out an extra lap, comes in to pit. Ruckus and Barner both having pretty pitiful races at the moment, but they can still battle it out for lower positions. This is for P14 as we head through Tosa. They're going side by side. Once again, this next corner, not the best overtaking opportunity in the world, but Barner just a little bit slower and allows Rokas through. As you can see, it's starting to get very, very wet. And this is Dominic Kronsky, who is still struggling out there, but is starting to gain a little bit of ground in this race, going for a move on Slowik. This is for P11, a fantastic exit for the Ferrari. This is your race leaders you're looking at, and Aaron Smith is the first one to come into pit. I believe it's for Inter Tyres. Tim Schmidt and Ben Moran do the same. And Raymond Stavelink staying out on the dries. Could this be the make or break for him this season? Ben Moran exits the pit lane, actually ahead of Smith. Smith has had a horrid time on his outlap and in the pits. Those inters might not be the best choice. Stepnica and Parola still battling it out for P12. These midfield battles are looking absolutely fantastic. These 3 cars separated by about 0.3 of a second. Stepnica looking to go for a move on Slowik. This is going to be, once again, a really difficult overtake. And remember, we're in different conditions. Stepnica going for a tight move. Is it going to be 3 wide down to Acqua Minerale? This isn't a very good idea. Side by side through this corner is a death wish. But the Williams stays ahead, but goes wide and allows Stepnica and Parola through. Up another place. Kronsky still not having the best time out there. Goes wide. And can he keep it on the track? He spins. Is he going to get any damage? And he hits the wall in exactly the right way, just to avoid any long damage. Stavelink finally comes into pit. And it's going to be for dry tyres, crucially. Ben Morin and Smith, after he lost a bunch of time, and he aquaplanes off the road and slams into the wall. And that is the end of the race for the championship leader. And here's Ben Morin just a few corners later, once again spinning off into the wall. Kind of like Charles Leclerc last season, and oh my word, that could have been a monumental crash. But Ben just manages to keep it on. This is the battle for 4th place between Mark Whitman, Henry Langdon and Zomba Reef. And Zomba just about holding on for now, but Mark smashes straight into the back of Henry. And that is very unfortunate damage for the Jordan. This is Yuri down in 14th, now having a fantastic race, and spins off into the wall at Villeneuve. Dominic Kronsky and Stepnica battling it out for the few last points. Stepnica having a really good race so far, actually, in that Jaguar. You know, had he had a little bit of better luck in this race, he possibly could have been fighting for a podium. He's fighting with Kronsky now as we come round the final few corners into the last chicane, as Stepnica goes for a very, very good move. Troy Robles and Stepnica battling it for 6th place, and Troy squeezes himself against Stepnica and smashes himself out of this race. The two Minardis, after Aaron's unfortunate incident and the rain, have been interlocked into a very, very interesting battle with Raymond on the dries, Ben on the intermediate tyres, and Raymond is trying to find a way past, but we all know how difficult it is to overtake around Imola, and Raymond trying to look for a move. He's going to go for the cutback round the final corner. This is the last lap for Raymond. Which Dutchman is going to get the 2nd place in today's race? It's going to be a Minardi, we know that for sure. Raymond is on the outside, and Ben is on the inside. Who's going to have the better line? It's going to be Ben who wins out for now. Can Raymond do anything on this last lap? And Zomba Reef there going off at Tozer. I think he has brake failure. And as the cars behind are catching, both Stepnica and Dominic Kronsky both go off of the track at Acqua Minerale, and they could have caught Zomba, but crucially they won't now. And Tim Schmidt takes his first win of the season. An incredible drive by the Jordan driver. Very, very impressive. And we're still locking in this battle for 2nd place with the Minardis. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Ben. What an incredible battle between these two. And they both salute across the line. Crucial points for Minardi. And crucially today, no points for either championship leaders, BAR or Aaron. And that is, this could be the turning point this season, and we're only 4 rounds in. And crucially, after 31 laps, is Tim Schmidt in the Jordan, who takes a very, very good victory. The first one for Jordan this season, first one for Tim. Ben Morin gets another 2nd place, and Raymond's first podium of the season. Very good result for the Minardi team, but it's Aaron Smith who still just about leads. But Ben has caught him up massively. Changes all up and down the standings. But the only driver to remain the same is Aaron in 1st. As we move on to constructor standings now, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. BAR and Minardi tied on points for 34. And, well, BAR just about win on countback. But this season's going to be very, very interesting. Thank you all for watching today at Imola. And be sure to tune in next time for Spain.